All right. So, question is, what was the darkest movie you ever seen? Darkest movie. What is the darkest movie? A darkest movie means like that. It's kind of like a giving you some sort of vibe, which is little bit of kind of like a something evil. Okay. Like ये like evil means क्या होता है ना कि like basically the typical story, typical movie story is that एक राजा था एक रानी थी and then things happen between them and somehow there is a villain and then उस villain से राजा जीत जाता है and he live good and harmony. Okay, so basically is this thing ki actually almost like 90% of the movie are based on hero, are based on good character, are based on kind of like a something really a um, good influence. Sorry, I don't know why I'm actually like I just whatever. I just ate momos now, so I have like a very like a burning inside. Okay, whatever. What is actually the dark movie? For my point of perspective, dark movie is actually giving you little bit of dark vibe regarding about the evil, regarding about kind of like something really bad, bad guys. Okay, so what are those movies and like what are kind of like a something really one of my uh, darkest movie you ever seen? Probably is this thing na okay, I didn't really watch that much dark movie. Okay, like I didn't really like the dark movie as much. Usually I like yeah probably I like romantic movie, action movie, and I don't really have that much time to watch movies. Okay, so barely I just like when I wanted to watch movie I just watch movie just for kind of like a entertain for myself. Okay, so yeah, but there are some sort of recommendation. uh Requiem for a Dream, which is actually released in 2000. I haven't really seen it. Irreversible, I didn't really seen it. Seven, I seen it. Seven, I seen it. This is actually director David Fincher, which is follows to the detective. They hunt down the serial killer who used to seven deadly sins, and his well, seven, 1995. Well, probably I heard it, but haven't really seen it. Yeah. The Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange. Still, I haven't really seen it. Chandler's List. Okay, so this is really good. Okay, like this movie is really incredible. Really incredible. Yeah. So, what exactly is this movie about? So, is this movie is about? It's a very dark movie actually, but it's not a dark. It's kind of like a something really telling a light. It's a kind of like a something really I don't know how should I supposed to say. So basically it's based on real life story. Okay, so what is that in World War II Hitler was kind of like expanding his territory. Okay, and he was actually very against the Zeus. I'm not talking about Zeus, I'm talking about Zeus is a religious. Okay, and he was completely against for that particular religious people. Like he would say that the because of the Zeus, his kind of religious people, like iron kind of like iron means like that ki, it's it's a kind of like a something na ki, like I'm not really sure that how should I supposed to execute this particular term regarding about the religious fight between the Zeus and then Hitler and things like that. But Hitler was really hate Zeus. Okay, and he wanted to dead. Okay, he wants that ki the Zeus people should supposed to be end. The Zeus people should supposed to be like a die. So what does he do? Okay, like whatever the people that he found on his territory that those people are Zeus, uh, those Zeus people are actually put those people in kind of like a some sort of cell. In that particular cell they just waiting for die. Okay, It's a kind of like a something really, you just went to the internet and you found a lot of information regarding about everything, regarding about that key, how Hitler is actually killed thousands of Jews. Okay, like in YouTube they have a lot of information regarding about, there is a particular cell, I'm not really sure, it's a very popular, by the way. In that particular cell means like prison, in that particular prison, he actually, the Hitler is actually killed thousands of Jews, not only killed by kind of like something really gun and bullet, no, he actually killed thousands of Jews. uh, the way that he chose how they die was like a very kind of like something really evil, yeah. Like like I don't know, there is a one of the method that I still remember, is that he put Zeus people into the salt water, okay, like a sea salt water, drowning, okay, and he just wants to calculate that how much human can survive if the German soldier will fell off or drown into the sea water, then how much time will he have, or like will he be survive. So he just wanted to do some sort of experiment, and for that particular experiment, uh, Zeus people are kind of like something really perfect, because of that he doesn't really need Zeus people and he wants to dead. So he found a particular way that how do we supposed to like let him die. So I don't know, like hundreds of Zeus are died in that particular salt water, and this is really not good, and this is kind of like a something really things that I say in this artifact, okay. Like some of the methods, some of the technique was um even more even more brutal, even more kind of like, I'm not really sure how what should I word should I supposed to use in that one specific thing that ki, I just I'll maybe I'm not really sure, but I heard that he killed, like basically what does he do, there is a one method, another method that he killed, like basically he just cut the leg of Zeus. Like there are almost like a couple of Zeus people, he just put those Zeus people into the experimental table and he cut the leg, okay, without giving them anesthesia or anything, no, just cut them directly, okay. And after they cut, they just wanted to know that will that person will survive, like can this person can sustain this pain or not, wagera wagera wagera. So it is really good. As also, yeah, there is also one extreme painful method of technique of dying, is that a chamber, the gas chamber, yeah, gas chamber, it was very popular, by the way. So in that particular gas chamber, like a German wants to make kind of like a something really bomb, which is kind of like a fill with a chemical, like a basically when it explode with a chemical, and whoever the person breathe that particular explode air or kind of like a chemical air, that person would die. So this is the plan of German soldier. So for that particular purpose he wants to make that kind of like a chemical so that human could die. But after they make kind of like a some sort of chemical explosive, how should we supposed to test, okay, like basically we need some sort of person to test that key, is this chemical thing is properly work or not. So what Hitler does is that he put almost like a hundred or a few hundred people on a chamber, and and suddenly he explode those chemical bomb, okay. And those hundreds of people don't really have any other way to just like go, it's just like they just stuck in that chamber and they just have to breathe that chemical air, and basically in another the scientist of the German, they just looking at those people that key, like is this chemical bomb is actually working or not, or like because of this chemical bomb the human are dead or not. It's a kind of like a something really very crazy gas chamber experiment. It's a very brutal, by the way, and almost like a hundreds, like hundreds are kind of like a something really just a minimum number that I could say in this thing. Like he just killed almost like a thousands of people. Okay, and the every technique that he used for killing those Zeus was so good. Okay, so this is called kind of like a something really a brutal way to kill the Zeus. Okay, Chandler List is not the kind of like the movie that you actually thinking. Okay, so in the Chandler List, I'm not like I don't want to spoil this movie, but if you wanted to spoil this movie, I like if you wanted to really watch this movie, like I don't want to spoil, but yeah, if you really wanted, you would definitely want to watch. It's actually directed by Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg, yeah, Steven Spielberg. Okay, so what exactly is this movie? So is this movie is actually kind of like a something really a same kind of like a prison. Okay, but in that particular prison there is a jailer who is actually a German. Okay, and he has a particular order that key that that prison, that Zeus prison, has to do kind of like a same suffering that I explained this thing in previously. Okay, and but this German jailer, this German jailer, he actually have kind of like a very light heart. Okay, light heart means like that ki he actually very kind of like a like he thought that ki this is really not the way that you could supposed to hurt some sort of people. Okay, and basically what does he do is that he, but at that time he just can't do anything at all because he has order, he has to kill those thousands of people. Okay, in that particular list. Okay, like he has that particular list, and in that particular list uh, there has almost like a thousands of people, and that jailer like this kind of like a son Chandler's. Okay, this jailer name is Chandler. Okay, so Chandler should supposed to be killed the exact same way that Hitler does it. Okay, so but unfortunately he decided that no, I shouldn't supposed to do such thing like that. So he did some sort of kind of like a things that he do manipulate like a, whatever the way that he could do, and he just save those almost like thousands of people from that brutal experiment, and basically is this thing he just like basically I don't want to spoil this movie, but it was so beautiful movie, yeah, literally. Okay, the how he saved those people, and how that people has that impact on his life, and it's really good. It's actually happened in real life too. Okay, and basically this movie is actually kind of like a represent the exact replica of that thing what exactly happened on that particular day, and Chandler list this movie is actually telling the truth about that. Okay, it's not particularly a dark movie, but yeah, it's a dark movie. Yeah, basically the entire tone of the movie is very serious, very kind of like a basically is this thing at that time the Germans are really brutal, and they just don't really kind of like show mercy and anything at all. If they wanted to kill some sort of people, they just kill it. Okay, and it's a very like it's a very dark movie, definitely dark movie, but it's one of the best movie too. Okay, and definitely definitely you should supposed to watch this movie. It's one of the best movie, yeah, one of the greatest movie. So these are kind of like movies that I kind of like think that one of the darkest movie, but I would probably say that maybe I haven't really seen that much dark movie. Okay, so like Chandler List is kind of like a something really exceptional because of that it's a kind of like a based on true story, and it's kind of like some of the people are actually recommend me to watch this movie, and therefore I watched this movie. And that's why it's kind of like a something little dark, but it's a really good movie. Okay, but besides Chandler List, I haven't really found kind of like a something really dark movie. Okay, yeah, so more maybe just like that. Yeah, I just not remember that much proper movie. Okay, yeah, but like from my point of perspective, Chandler List is kind of like a something really one of the darkest movie I ever watch. Yeah. Next question.